Welcome to Random Witchcraft with your host, Vix.
And Callie, word up, people.
Welcome back for our fun little adventure as we dive into the different aspects of Miss HEKATE.
Yes. Now, this is a deity that you're vastly familiar. So you're about to teach me some things. Let's go teach.
Well, as we all know, she is the mother goddess of all witchcraft and witches.
Yes.
She's also the goddess of the crossroads. And wisdom, of course. And well, navigation goes along with the crossroads because she's always leading us where we need to be.
No offense to Hecate, but I am directionally challenged at times. So,
Well, she does have her hounds that will lead you, and we can call them Callie herding dogs.
Nah. We need some elephants to herd me. I'm too stubborn at times, but it's okay.
Well, she's also a Greek goddess, but there are thoughts that she might be even older than the Greek pantheon.
Yeah.
Being a titaness, so to speak. Actually, I think she is technically a titaness.
Yes.
And she's also... The moon also corresponds with her, and I believe she actually does have a lot of lineage with the triple moon.
A lot of people believe that Hecate represents the maiden mother and crone.
Or a lot of people will also just have her as the crone, which, yeah.
It fits her because of the wisdom and the fact of the matter that...
Well, in that way it's Persephone being the maiden, the mother being Demeter, and Hecate being the crone.
Yes.
And there is the story of with Persephone, which we will cover.
I love how you were almost going to say professionally.
We will cover Persephone at a later date. Just heads up.
Well, we're going to cover a couple of deities, but we're also not going to spam them back to back either.
Yeah, because gotta keep you entertained.
Like
Even though our craziness doesn't.
Like they aren't entertained? What? Are we in frickin', Greek Colosseum? Are you not entertained?
Bring out the lions!
Rawr.
Well, a couple things that correspond with her are aspen, cypress, locust, palm trees.
Yule?
Rowan. No, you.
No, you?
And willow. And not referring to the...
Drag queen?
The little person. That's Willum.
Oh! I just thought it was willow because she looks like a little willowy tree. So skinny twig.
Dandelions, feverfew, lavender, anise, cardamom, and myrrh.
Cardamom?
Yeah, cardamom. Got some pearls in there, moonstone, clear quartz, sapphire.
That's not, not... Yeah, never mind. We'll behave on that one.
Dogs, hares, rabbits, sheep, skunks, and owls.
Huh.
There's some dragons in there, and some pigs, and polecats. And if you don't know what a polecat is, that is the wild version of what a ferret was domesticated out of.
So they have mythical blips?
They're kind of boop noodles with legs.
Well,
Furry boop noodles with legs.
Or, them noodle cats.
And when they get very excited, they kind of like spaz out. They get soda rabbits and hares.
But I'm just wondering, does that include a Bunnicula?
No, it does not involve you.
Hey!
And she is known for 3 major roles, being the guardian, the guide, and the gatekeeper. Guardian, when working with the guardian side, you have the dogs or hounds, black obsidian, the waning moon, sage, and the color black.
Mm-hmm.
As a guide, she has her horses, red jasper, bay laurel,
Bay Laurel.
bay leaves.
Laurel, huh? Is that a fancy new perfume?
Sure, why not?
I'm just wearing Bay Laurel.
And the color red. As a gatekeeper, she has her snakes, her serpents.
Wait, we're not talking about how everyone else likes to gatekeep. She's like the true gatekeeper of knowledge, right?
Keeping of the gates, not of knowledge, literally the gates to the other world. She is the goddess of the 3 realms, the upper, middle, and under.
So basically, Hades answers to her. Good thing.
She is one of the deities that can actually pass between all 3 worlds, the sky, the land, and the sea. The heavens, earth, and the underworld. As a gatekeeper, you would refer to her with her snakes, clear quartz, mugwort, and the color white.
Yes, because you need that color white. You're all ghostly and stuff.
Well,
translucent.
If you think about it, white, death. Death shrouds weren't always black.
No,
at one point they were white.
And the color black wasn't really a thing. Death shrouds back then were actually purple or a very indigo blue.
Depending on the class.
Yes. Purple was very upper royalty class. Indigo blue was common folk.
And we will rein it in on a tirade.
I was just making a statement. It's not a tirade. It was just a statement.
Like, HEKATE's hounds were best known of all her animal companions as the guardian. They are often sent as a sign to the modern devotees. And they are the greatest allies against our own fears. When we are afraid, you can turn to them for their protection.
Interesting.
And the horses they're usually placed along HEKATE as a guide. She pretty much rides them as she's guiding you into pretty much what you need.
Yeah.
Or through life's journeys.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call upon her horses when you need swift magical results or when feeling alone. Horses can be great companions, and they're very, very sweet to people.
Unless you're deathly afraid of them. Not that I'm deathly afraid of horses, I actually love them.
It makes sense, because they can be very large animals. And they kick really, really hard.
No, my roommate is just afraid of horses, not because they're large animals or not because they can kick. It's because they look weird.
And I digress. With her serpents, they themselves are powerful symbols of creation and destruction.
Yeah.
Like HEKATE, they are a universal symbol of life and death. And they are her most potent animal symbols. They are usually sent as a messenger when we are too self-involved to notice the dog or horses as signs. And you can call upon them when you seek enlightenment, need to release things, or for intellectual pursuits. Which, very interesting.
This coming from the person who's highly obsessed with the boop noodles.
Oh yeah. The boop.
Just be careful about them huggy boys with the hurt juice.
It's all about the danger noodles.
If you don't hear from me later on, it's because one of his danger noodles decided to have me. Or share its juice.
And I have a little useful spell for anyone that sees fit to actually need it.
And where does this spell come from?
It comes from HEKATE, Goddess of Witches, by Courtney Weber.
Oh, I see.
It's a prayer to help you navigate a crossroads. When you are at your own crossroads and don't know which choice to make, offer this prayer first thing in the morning and just before bedtime. Gracious Lady of the Crossroads, Torchbearer, Keykeeper, guide me as I walk this path. Light my way, guard my walk. Unlock the gate to my best destiny. And you can consider carrying a pinch of soil collected from a nearby crossroads while you are deliberating your decision. When you have made a choice, return the soil to the crossroads along with a biodegradable offering to HEKATE.
Interesting. But I would give a little fair warning. Never go exploring by yourself. Or if you do go by yourself, always tell somebody that you trust which way you're going.
Keep yourself
safe. Be
safe.
Aware of your surroundings and keep yourself safe. Do not venture off by yourself thinking it may be a mundane thing to do, but keeping yourself safe is always pleasing to the gods and goddesses.
And a few things that can be given as offerings or sacrifices, depending on how you want to call it.
So we don't have to go kill the chicken?
No, you don't have to kill the chicken. Even though in ancient times, people would actually sacrifice black dogs to her in her name and offer them to her. But we're in the modern world and we do not do that. Not just because you might get arrested for animal cruelty, but it's also wrong.
But what if
we don't kill the fluffers?
We don't kill the fluffers, but the chicken, hey, unless he's a pet chicken, and you don't kill the pet chicken.
Don't eat your pet chicken.
It just makes me giggle. Sorry.
Okay, maybe eat your pet chicken if it decides to crow at midnight, standing on the foot of your bed. But I do not condone such things. Back to what I was saying. A few things that you could offer to the divine HEKATE. You have garlic, wine, preferably red wine, a dark red wine, always a good choice. Onions, cakes, pretty much anything sweet.
A nice little red velvet cake.
Very possible. You have images of dogs, particularly black ones, oxen, snakes, or ewes. I don't know if I said that right.
Of what?
Of ewes. It's E-W-E-S. I think it is ewes. Keys, of course, because she is the key holder.
You know, the messed up part is I've lost my keys at many different crossroads, and there were the keys to get into, one time, the vehicle I was in.
Fun. Candles, always a good offering, because torchbearer, flames, fire. Always
yes, do not leave a candle lit in the middle of, or right at the crossroad.
Not to be used in the wild, because you will burn things down. And
but if you got a little LED candle and leave it at the crossroad,
that does count.
Safer.
But it is not biodegradable.
Actually, when there's a couple that are, except they're expensive.
You also, the batteries in it are kind of toxic to wildlife. You have oak wood, leaves, or acorns, honey, and...
Oh, honey.
There's a few herbs.
Herbs?
I'm only going to name a few of them, because there's quite a few of them. And some of them, I don't even know what they are. You have, like, basil, chamomile, ginger, laurel, or bay leaves.
Bay laurel.
Oak and verbena. And two that we actually have growing here in Southern California wildly. You have poppies and sage.
Except one we can't even touch with the 10-foot pole because you get federally arrested.
Here's two that are associated with her, but not recommended. You have aconite, which is poisonous if ingested or handled without gloves. Basically, you're probably not going to find that unless it grows wild where you're at.
Or unless you go to England to the nice little deadly herb museum.
And then you have mandrake.
But they scream when you pull them out from a pot.
We're not in Harry Potter.
Are you sure?
They are poisonous if ingested. There is, I know, mandrake. There's a type of mandrake that grows in North America and Europe. And I believe there are a couple other different types. And I believe they're all within the nightshade family, so there you go.
There is a mandrake that grows that is not poisonous, but is only used to help, like a kind of like HEKATE that happened with it.
I have no idea what you just said.
HEKATE, you know, the stuff that makes you freaking throw up?
Okay, Okay.
Yeah, there's a mandrake tea that you can consume that if you've ate something up.
Well, like belladonna is in small amounts is actually somewhat okay to ingest.
It's a somewhat of a sedative. It relaxes you enough, but in high quantities, bye-bye.
Yeah. Always remember that one of HEKATE's oldest primary roles was that of house and home protector.
Would you really want to mess with a home that has 1,000 hounds ready to kill you?
Touché. Now, something that we witches do like to do is make our moon water. And there is, in this lovely book, there is a prayer for making moon water, which also gives specific moons for specific correspondences. Like the full moon is for completion work, fertility, attraction, clarity, revealing truths, and guidance. The waxing moon is for growth, abundance, focus, drive, healing through garnering strength. The waning moon, banishing, removal, separation, releasing, healing through surrender. The dark moon / new moon, secrecy, protection, curse work, and bindings.
So no, I bind you, Nancy, from doing harm against yourself.
And the little prayer that goes along with making them is, Hecate, mistress of the night, kiss this water for magical might. And if you do actually use this, ensure that you make an offering to Hecate. Each night you charge that moon water.
Interesting.
She definitely is associated with quite a few different things.
Well, she's also one of the oldest goddesses that is associated with and interpreted in many different ways. Not every deity works the same with each person.
Yeah. Everybody's...
I don't have the same experience working with Hecate as you do.
Everybody's experiences are different. And it doesn't matter which deity, the deities always come to us very unique to us.
Yeah.
And sometimes those deities, if you're trying to work with them, they will literally tell you to fuck off. Not every deity wants to work with everybody.
For the longest time, Morgan and Hecate did not want to work with me. It wasn't until I lost all interest about working with them that Hecate came to me in a dream. I was chased by hounds, followed by serpents, and I got kicked by a horse.
Well, sounds like somebody was trying to get your attention.
You think?
I do have a couple books that are good references and good ways of expanding your knowledge if you see fit. You have Keeping Her Keys by Cindy Brannan. Like I mentioned earlier, Hecate, Goddess of Witches by Courtney Weber. There's Entering Hecate's Garden, which is a very good book. Also by Cindy Brannan. And a good book that does delve into Hecate along with a few other dark goddesses. You have The Goddess in the Shadow by Alicia Rye. I'm surprised I actually pronounced that first name right.
I am too. You normally have a problem with it. Yeah, but at least you pronounced it the, phonetically way. I would have ended up saying it all Mexican-y.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, Alicia.
Yeah,
Right.
a little bit of my personal thoughts on HEKATE. I've always been really close with dogs. Skunks have always been an interest of mine. Even being sprayed in the face by one when I was a kid. That does not taste good. And I do not wish that on anybody, even my worst enemy.
You know, for the longest time, I've been wanting to get a skunk. Like, have a D-gland, but have a little skunk.
Too bad we can't have them in California because it is illegal.
Yes, but...
But it's not illegal in all 50 states.
It's not illegal in Kentucky. Because you can have ferrets there, too.
And Tennessee. You can have ferrets in Tennessee, too.
So we moving to Tennessee?
Maybe. Yeah, a couple of the other animal associations with HEKATE are bees, bulls, cows, dragons, and goats.
So my mom's obsession with cows was actually...
lions and pigs. We're gonna call you Leo because you lion. I just love that saying.
Don't mind the noises that may come. I'm just choking a bitch out.
Well. Is there anything else you would like to add on our divine mother of witches?
I do love, though, how they ended up depicting her in the Hocus Pocus, too.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. You forgot about that?
That actually makes you think that maybe a possible updated version of representations of
yes,
witchcraft and witches.
The one that we did talk about it, but we didn't talk about how and why some of the movies are representation of witchcraft.
Yeah, we did kind of just mention.
Yes, we just mentioned the movies that had witchcraft in them, not why they were.
We could also do an episode on the representations and what they got right and what they got wrong.
True. If you guys want to see that, send us a little message.
If you want to hear or see that, please do. You can reach out to us anytime you want.
But so far, like I said, my first interaction with her was she didn't want to work with me. Wasn't until I was just like, you know what, fine, I don't want to work with you either. And then she just decided to be like, well, I'm gonna be that crazy stalker girlfriend. I need you to work with me.
Hey, maybe it wasn't the right time for you to start working with her.
Well, it was at the time where Mom had just passed away, so.
Yeah. Transitional.
No.
Ironically. A goddess of transitions. Maybe you just weren't ready to actually hear her, but she had her influence. Food for thought.
Food for thought, yeah.
Yeah. Till next time with Random Witchcraft.
Au revoir.
Hey, just one last thing before we sign off for the day. If you would like to reach out to us, you can email us at randomwitchcraft@gmail.com. And now you can send us voice messages through Anchor. If you would like to support this podcast for future podcasts and also other future endeavors, click the links below. That is completely optional and greatly appreciated. Thank you.